السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه وتابعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. We are back with the 24th juz of the Quran, and this one is the 39th chapter, the companies, starting on the 32nd ayah, and it goes all the way through the 41st chapter, the 47th ayah. And these are some longer surahs, as you can see, because although we were, going ahead by 3.5 now, this time just over 2 surahs total. But after this, it will go 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 31. So you can see at the rate of the surahs is going to pick up. It gets longer right here, and then for the rest of the Quran, we will actually be doing quite a few surahs per reading. The particular name of this part is Faman Azlamu. It is darker. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Who is then more unjust than he who utters a lie against Allah and denies the truth when it comes to him? Is there not in hell an abode for the disbelievers? And he who brings the truth and accepts the truth, such are the dutiful. They shall have with their Lord what they please. Such is the reward of the doers of good, that Allah may ward off from them the worst of what they did, and give them their reward for the best of what they did. Is not Allah sufficient for his servant, and they seek to frighten thee with those besides him? And whomever Allah leaves in error, there is no guide for him, and whoever Allah guides, there is none that can lead him astray. Is not Allah mighty, the Lord of retribution? And if thou ask them who created the heavens and the earth, they will say, Allah. Say, see you then that those you call upon besides Allah, would they, if Allah desire to afflict me with harm, remove his harm? Or if he desire to show me mercy, could they withhold his mercy? Say, Allah is sufficient for me, or on him do the reliant rely. Say, O people, work in your place, surely I am a worker. So you will come to know who it is to whom there comes a chastisement abasing him, and on whom falls a lasting chastisement. Surely we have revealed to thee the book with truth for the good of men. So whoever follows the right way, it is for his own soul. And whoever errs, he errs only to its detriment, and thou art not a custodian over them. Allah takes men's souls at the time of their death, and those that die not during their sleep. Then he withholds those on whom he has passed the decree of death, and sends the others back to an appointed term. Surely there are signs in this for a people who reflect. Or take the intercessors besides Allah. Say, what? Even though they control not, nor do they understand. Say, Allah's is the intercession altogether. His is the kingdom of the heavens and the earth, and to him you will be returned. And when Allah alone is mentioned, the hearts of those who believe not in the hereafter shrink. And when those besides him are mentioned, lo, they are joyful. Say, O Allah, originator of the heavens and the earth, knower of the unseen and the seen. Thou judgest between thy servants as to that wherein they differ, and at those who do wrong all that is in the earth and the like of it, with that they would certainly offer it as ransom from the evil of the chastisement on the day of resurrection. And what they never thought of shall become plain to them from Allah, and the evil of what they wrought will become blamed to them. and that which they mocked will beset them. So when harm afflicts a man, he calls upon us. Then when we give him a boon from us, he says, I have been given it only by means of knowledge. Nay, it is a trial, but most of them know not. Those before them did say it indeed, but what they earned availed them not. So there befell them the evil which they had earned, and those who are unjust from among these, there shall befall them the evil which they earn, and they shall not escape. Know they not that Allah gives ample substance to whom He pleases, and He straightens? Surely there are signs in this for a people who believe. Say, O my servants who have been prodigal, regarding their souls, despair not the mercy of Allah. Surely Allah forgives sins altogether. He is indeed the forgiving, the merciful. And turn to your Lord and submit to Him before chastisement comes to you, then you will not be helped. And follow the best that has been revealed to you from your Lord before chastisement comes to you all of a sudden while you perceive not. Lest a soul should say, Oh, woe is me, that I fell short of my duty to Allah, and surely I was of those who laughed to scorn. Or it should say, and Allah guided me, I should have been dutiful. Or it should say, when it sees the chastisement, had I another chance, I should be a doer of good. My messages came to thee, but thou didst reject them, and wast proud, and wast of the disbelievers. And on the day of resurrection thou wilt see those who lied against Allah, their faces will be blackened. Is there not in hell an abode for the proud? And Allah delivers those who keep their duty with their achievement. Evil touches them not, nor do they grieve. Allah is the creator of all things, and He has charge over everything. His are the treasures of the heavens and the earth, and those who disbelieve in the messages of Allah, such are the losers. Say, do you bid me serve others than Allah, O ye ignorant ones? And certainly it has been revealed to thee and to those before thee, if thou associate with Allah, thy work would certainly come to naught, and thou wouldst be a loser. But serve Allah alone, and be of the thankful, and they honor not Allah with the honor due to Him, and the whole earth will be in His grip on the day of resurrection, and the heavens rolled up in His right hand. Glory be to Him. Then highly exalted is He above what they associate with Him. And the trumpet is blown, so all those in the heavens and all those in the earth will swoon, except such as Allah please. Then it will be blown again, when lo, they stand up awaiting. And the earth beams with the light of its Lord, and the book is laid down, and the prophets and the witnesses are brought up, and judgment is given between them with justice, and they are not wronged, and every soul is paid back fully for what it did, and He knows best what they do. And those who disbelieve are driven to hell in companies until when they come to it, its doors are opened, and the keepers of it say to them, Did not there come to you messengers from among you, reciting to you the messages of your Lord, and warning you of the meeting of this day of yours? They say, Yea, but the word of punishment proved true against the disbelievers. It is said, Enter the gates of hell to abide therein. So evil is the abode of the proud, and those who keep their duty to their Lord are conveyed to the garden in companies until when they come to it, and its doors are opened, and the keepers of it say to them, Peace be to you. You led pure lives, so enter it to abide. And they say, Praise be to Allah, who has made good to us His promise, and He has made us inherit the land. We abide in the garden where we please. So goodly is the reward of the workers. And thou seest the angels going round about the throne, glorifying their Lord with praise. And they are judged with justice. And it is said, Praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Chapter 40, Al-Mu'min, the Believer. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Beneficent God, the revelation of the book is from Allah, the Mighty, the Knowing, forgiver of sin and acceptor of repentance, severe to punish Lord of bounty, there is no God but He, to Him is the eventual coming. None dispute concerning the messages of Allah, but those who disbelieve, so let not their control in the land deceive thee. Before them the people of Noah and the parties after them rejected prophets, and every nation purposed against its messenger to destroy him, and disputed by means of falsehood to render null thereby the truth. So I seized them. How terrible was then my retribution! And thus did the word of their Lord prove true against those who disbelieve, that they are the companions of the fire, those who bear the throne of power, and those around it celebrate the praise of their Lord, and believe in Him, and ask protection for those who believe. Our Lord, Thou embracest all things in mercy and knowledge, so protect those who turn to Thee and follow Thy way, and save them from the chastisement of hell. Our Lord, make them enter the gardens of perpetuity, which Thou hast promised them, and such of their fathers and their wives and their offspring as are good. Surely Thou art the mighty, the wise, and guard them from evil. And whom Thou guardest from evil this day, Thou hast indeed mercy on him, and that is the mighty achievement. Those who disbelieve are told, certainly Allah's hatred of you, when you were called upon to the faith, and you rejected, how much greater than your hatred now of yourselves. They say, Our Lord, twice hast Thou made us die, and twice hast Thou given us life, so we confess our sins. Is there then a way of escape? That is because when Allah alone was called upon, you disbelieved, and when associates were given to Him, you believed. So judgment belongs to Allah, the High, the Great. He it is who shows you His signs and sends down for you sustenance from heaven, and none minds but he who turns to Him. So call upon Allah, being sincere to Him in obedience, though the disbelievers are averse. Exalter of degrees, Lord of the throne of power, He makes the Spirit to life by His command upon whom He pleases of His servants, that He may warn men of the day of meeting, the day when they come forth. Nothing concerning them remains hidden from Allah, to whom belongs the kingdom this day. To Allah, the one, the subduer of all. This day every soul is rewarded for what it has earned. No injustice this day. Surely Allah is swift in reckoning, and warn them of the day that draws near, when hearts grieving inwardly rise up to the throats. The iniquitous will have no friend nor any intercessor who should be obeyed. He knows the dishonesty of eyes, and that which the breasts conceal, and Allah judges with truth. And those whom they call upon besides Him judge not. Surely Allah is the hearing, the seeing. Had they not traveled in the land and seen what was the end of those who were before them? Mightier than these were they in strength and in fortifications in the land, but Allah destroyed them for their sins, and they had none to protect them from Allah. That was because there came to them their messengers with clear arguments, but they disbelieved, so Allah destroyed them. Surely He is strong, severe in retribution. And certainly we sent Moses with our messages in clear authority to Pharaoh and Haman and Korah, but they said, a lying enchanter. So when He brought to them the truth from us, they said, slay the sons of those who believe with him, and keep their women alive, and the plot of the disbelievers is bound to fail. And Pharaoh said, leave me to slay Moses, and let him call upon his Lord. Surely I fear that he will change your religion, or that he will make mischief to appear in the land. And Moses said, truly I seek refuge in my Lord and your Lord from every proud one who believes not in the day of reckoning. And a believing man of Pharaoh's people who hid his face said, will you slay a man because he said, my Lord is Allah, and indeed He has brought you clear arguments from your Lord? And if he be a liar, on him will be his lie, and if he be truthful, there will befall you some of that which he threatens you with. Surely Allah guides not one who is a prodigal, a liar. O my people, yours is the kingdom this day, being masters in the land, but who will help us against the punishment of Allah, if it comes to us? Pharaoh said, I only show you that which I see, and I guide you only to the right way. And he who believed said, O my people, surely I fear for you the like of what befell the parties. the like of what befell the people of Noah and Ad and Thamud, and those after them, and Allah wishes no injustice for his servants. And O my people, I fear for you the day of calling out, on the day on that which you will turn back, retreating, having none to save you from Allah. And whosoever Allah leaves in error, there is no guide for him. And Joseph indeed came to you before with clear arguments, but you ever remained in doubt as to what he brought you, until when he died you said, Allah will never raise a messenger after him. Thus does Allah leave him in error, who is a prodigal, a doubter. Those who dispute concerning the messages of Allah without any authority that has come to them, greatly hated is it by Allah and by those who believe. Thus does Allah seal every heart of a proud, haughty one. And Pharaoh said, O Haman, build for me a tower that I may attain the means of access to the heavens. Then reached the God of Moses, and I surely think him to be a liar. And thus the evil of his deed was made fair seeming to Pharaoh, and he was turned aside from the way. And the plot of Pharaoh ended in naught but ruin. And he who believed said, O my people, follow me, I will guide you to the right way. O my people, this life of the world is but a passing enjoyment in the hereafter. And that is the abode to settle. Whoever does evil, he is requited only with the like of it. And whoever does good, whether male or female, and he is a believer, these shall enter the garden to be given therein sustenance without measure. And O my people, how is it that I call you to salvation, and you call me to the fire? You call me to disbelieve in Allah, and to associate with him that of which I have no knowledge, and I call you to the mighty, the forgiving. Without doubt, that which you call me to has no title to be called to in this world or in the hereafter, and our return is to Allah, and the prodigals are companions of the fire. So you will remember what I say to you, and I entrust my affair to Allah. Surely Allah is seer of the servants, so Allah protected him from the evil that they planned. And evil chastisement overtook Pharaoh's people. The fire they are brought before it every morning and evening, and on the day when the hour comes to pass, make Pharaoh's people enter the severest chastisement, and when they contend one with another in the fire, the weak saying to those who are proud, surely we were your followers, will you then avert us from a portion of the fire? Those who are proud say, now we are all in it. Allah is indeed judge between the servants. And those in the fire will say to the guards of hell, pray to your Lord to lighten our chastisement for a day. They will say, did not your messengers come to you with clear arguments? They will say, yea. They will say, then pray, and the prayer of the disbelievers only goes astray. We certainly help our messengers and those who believe in this world's life. And on the day when the witnesses arise, the day on which their excuse will not benefit the unjust, and for them is a curse, and for them is the evil abode. And we indeed gave Moses the guidance, and we made the children of Israel inherit the book, a guidance and a reminder for men of understanding. So be patient, surely the promise of Allah is true, and ask protection for thy sin, and celebrate the promise of thy Lord in the evening and the morning. Those who dispute about the messages of Allah without any authority having come to them, there is naught in their breasts but a desire to become great, which they will never attain. So seek refuge in Allah. Surely He is the hearing, the seeing. Assuredly the creation of the heavens and the earth is greater than the creation of men, but most people know not. And the blind and the seeing are not alike, nor those who believe and do good and the evildoers. Little do you mind, the hour is surely coming, there is no doubt therein. But most people believe not. And your Lord says, pray to me, I will answer you. Those who disdain my service will surely enter hell abased. Allah is He who made for you the night for resting, and in the day for seeing. Surely Allah is full of grace to men, but most men give not thanks. That is Allah, your Lord, the creator of all things. There is no God but He. Whence are you then turned away? Thus are turned away those who deny the messages of Allah. Allah is He who made the earth a resting place for you, and the heaven a structure, and He formed you then made goodly your forms, and he provided you with goodly things. That is Allah, your Lord, so blessed is Allah, the Lord of the worlds. He is the living, there is no God but He, so call on Him, being sincere to Him. In obedience, praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Say, I am forbidden to serve those whom you call upon besides Allah, when clear arguments have come to me from my Lord, and I am commanded to submit to the Lord of the worlds. He it is who created you from dust, then from a small life germ, then from a clot. Then He brings you forth as a child, then that you may attain your maturity, then that you may be old, and of you are some who die before, and that you may reach an appointed term, and that you may understand. He it is who gives life and causes death. So when He decrees an affair, He only says to it, be, and it is. Seest thou not those who dispute concerning the messages of Allah, how they are turned away? Those who reject the book and that with which we have sent our messengers. But they shall soon know when the fetters are on their necks and the chains, they are dragged into hot water. Then in the fire they are burned, and it is said to them, where is that which you used to set up besides Allah? They will say, they have failed us. Nay, we used not to call upon anything before. Thus does Allah confound the disbelievers. That is because you exalted in the land unjustly, and because you behaved insolently. Enter the gates of hell to abide therein, so evil is the abode of the proud. Therefore be patient, surely the promise of Allah is true. But whether we make thee see part of what we threaten them with, or cause thee to die, to us they shall be returned, and certainly we sent messengers before thee. Of them are those we have mentioned to thee, and of them are those we have not mentioned to thee. Nor was it possible for a messenger to bring a sign except with Allah's permission. So when Allah's command comes, judgment is given with truth, and those who treat it as a lie are lost. Allah is He who made the cattle for you, that you may ride on some of them, and some of them you eat, and there are advantages in them for you, and that you may attain through them a need which is in your breasts. And on them and on ships you are borne, and He shows you His signs. Which then of Allah's signs will you deny? Do they not travel in the land and see what was the end of those before them? They were more numerous than these, and greater in strength and in fortifications in the land, but what they earned availed them not. When their messengers came to them with clear arguments, they exulted in what they had with them of knowledge, and that at which they used to mock befell them. So when they saw our punishment, they said, we believe in Allah alone, and we deny what we used to associate with Him. But their faith could not profit them when they saw our punishment. Such is Allah's law, which ever takes its course in the matter of His servants, and the disbelievers are lost. Chapter 41, Hamim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, Beneficent God, a revelation from the Beneficent, the Merciful, a book of which the verses are made plain in Arabic Quran for a people who know good news and a warning. But most of them turn away, so they hear not, and they say, our hearts are under coverings from that to which thou callest us. And there is a deafness in our ears, and there is a veil between us and thee. So act we to our acting. Say, I am only a mortal like you. It is revealed to me that your God is one God, so keep in the straight path to Him, and ask His protection, and woe to the polytheists, who give not the poor aid, and who are disbelievers in the hereafter. Those who believe and do good, for them is surely a reward never to be cut off. Say, do you indeed disbelieve in Him who created the heaven in 2 days, and do you set up equals with Him? That is the Lord of the worlds, and He made it in the mountains above its surface, and He blessed therein and ordained therein its foods in 4 days, alike for all seekers. Then He directed Himself to the heaven, and it was a vapor, so He said to it, and to the earth, come both willingly or unwillingly. They both said, we come willingly. So He ordained them 7 heavens in 2 days. And we revealed in every heaven its affair, and we adorned the lower heavens with lights, and made it to guard. That is the decree of the mighty, the knowing. But if they turn away, then say, I warn you of a scourge, like the scourge of Ad and Thamud. when messengers came to them from before them and behind them, saying, "Serve nothing but Allah," they said, "If our Lord had pleased, he would have sent down angels, so we are disbelievers in that with which you are sent." Then as to Ad, they were unjustly proud in the land, and said, "Who is mightier than we in power? See they not that Allah, who created them, is mightier than they in power?" And they denied our messages, so we sent on them a furious wind in unlucky days, that we might make them taste the chastisement of abasement in this world's life. And the chastisement of the hereafter is truly more abasing. And they will not be helped. And as for Thamud, we showed them the right way, but they preferred blindness to guidance. So the scourge of an abasing chastisement overtook them for what they had earned. And we delivered those who believed and kept their duty. And the day when the enemies of Allah are gathered to the fire, they will be formed into groups until when they come to it, their ears and their eyes and their skins will bear witness against them as to what they did. And they will say to their skins, "Why bear ye witness against us?" They will say, "Allah, who makes everything speak, has made us speak. And he created you at first, and to him you are returned. And you did not cover yourselves, lest your ears and your eyes and your skins should bear witness against you. But you thought that Allah knew not much of what you did, and that your evil thought which you entertained about your Lord ruined you. So have you become of the lost ones. Then if they are patient, the fire is their abode. And if they ask for goodwill, they are not of those who are granted goodwill. And we have appointed for them comrades, so they make fair seeming to them what is before them and what is behind them. And the word proved true against them among the nations of jinn and men that have passed away before them. They are surely losers. And those who disbelieve say, "Listen not to this Quran, but make noise therein. Perhaps you may overcome." So we shall certainly make those who disbelieve taste a severe chastisement, and we shall certainly requite them for the worst of what they did. That is the reward of Allah's enemies. The fire for them therein is the home to abide, a requital for their denying our messages. And those who disbelieve will say, "Our Lord, show us those who led us astray from among the jinn and the men, that we may trample them under our feet, so that they may be of the lowest." Those who say, "Our Lord is Allah," then continue in the right way. The angels descend upon them, saying, "Fear not, nor be grieved, and receive good news of the garden which you were promised. We are your friends in this world's life and in the hereafter, and you have therein what your souls desire, and you have therein what you ask for. A welcome gift from the forgiving, the merciful, and who is better in speech than one who calls to Allah and does good and says, I am surely of those who submit. And not alike are the good and the evil. Repel evil with what is best when lo, he between whom in these enmity would be as if he were a warm friend. And none is granted it but those who are patient, and none is granted it but the owner of a mighty good fortune. And if a false imputation from the devil afflict thee, seek refuge in Allah. Surely he is the hearing, the knowing. And of his signs are the night and the day, and the sun and the moon. Adore not the sun nor the moon, but adore Allah, who created them, if he it is that you serve. But if they are proud, yet those with thy Lord glorify him night and day, and they tire not. And there is a prostration if reciting the Arabic. And of his signs is this, that thou seest the earth still, but when we send down water thereon, it stirs and swells. He who gives it life is surely the giver of life to the dead. Surely he is the possessor of power over all things. Those who distort our messages are not hidden from us. Is he then who is cast into the fire better, or he who comes safe on the day of resurrection? Do what you like, surely he is seer of what you do. Those who disbelieve in the reminder when it comes to them, and surely it is an invincible book. Falsehood cannot come at it from before or behind it. A revelation from the wise, the praised one. Naught is said to thee but what was said to messengers before thee. Surely thy Lord is the Lord of forgiveness, and the Lord of painful retribution. And if we had made it a Quran in a foreign tongue, they would have said, why have not its messages been made clear? What, a foreign tongue and an Arab? Say, it is those who believe a guidance To those who believe a guidance in the healing, and those who believe not, there is a deafness in their ears, and it is obscure to them. These are called to from afar. These are called to from a place afar, and indeed we gave Moses the book, but differences arose therein, and had not a word already gone forth from thy Lord, judgment would have certainly been given between them, and surely they are in a disquieting doubt about it. Whoever does good, it is for his own soul, and whoever does evil, it is against it. And thy Lord is not in the least unjust to the servants. And with that, we finished the 24th juz, or part of Al-Quran Al-Karim. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.